class. In the previous class, we have discussed about the indicator litmus. See, in today's in details, we'll talk about this. As you can see in the picture, one person is testing with lemon and one hand wash. See, in one container, lemon juice is taken and a strip of blue litmus paper in it. The color of blue litmus paper become red. So this shows what? This shows the presence of acid. Okay, it shows the presence of acid because here blue litmus when paper when come in contact with the acid, as we know about the lemon that lemon contains acid. So as it come in contact with acid, it becomes red. In second activity, a soap is taken. Uh, Mixture of soap and water is taken. That is soap solution is taken, and a red litmus paper strip is taken, and that litmus paper changed into blue color. Okay. This shows the presence of base in this solution. Okay, in this mixture. So this is what? This is the way of finding out whether the given substances are acid or base. Okay. See, turmeric also. Turmeric can also act as an acid, act as an indicator. It turns red in basic medium and remains yellow in acidic medium. Turmeric is very oftenly used in our houses in cooking, and also when we get hurt from outside or from inside, the turmeric is taken as also as medicine. So it is very common practice in our villages that when we get hurt, suppose when we fall down on floor, we get some uh, uh, injury on our head or any part of body, we are advised to put uh, the turmeric powder with lime water or lime. First to heat the mixture, and we are advised to put that paste on that particular place where we get injury. Okay. So what we find that when turmeric is heated with the lime or lime water, what we see, it becomes bloody red. Okay. So this is why, because turmeric is an indicator, and that lime when mixed with water it becomes base. It becomes calcium hydroxide. So that lime is base, and it is shown by becoming turmeric red in color. This shows that turmeric is an indicator that indicate a given substance is base by becoming red. But in acidic medium, it remains yellow only. Acid में ये yellow ही रहता, but in base it becomes red. Okay. Have you ever noticed that what happened when soap is rubbed on turmeric stain on your handkerchief or shirt? What we see, if there is a stain of vegetable or turmeric that is yellow in color, and when we want to remove it with the help of soap, what we found that it becomes more darkened. Okay, it becomes red too because turmeric is an indicator to show the presence of base, and it will make red in color. See other indicator, this of China rose. Hibiscus flower is very common in our locality. Uh, the petals can also be used as a natural indicator. It turns dark pink when added to an acid. Hibiscus petals. The flower petals of hibiscus is also a natural indicator. It turns dark pink when added to an acid. Means when we add acid to the uh, petals of China rose, it becomes dark pink. When added to an acid, it turns green. With acid, it becomes dark pink. And uh, when we added base with the petals of China rose, it becomes green color. Petals means the part of flower. It is originally red in color, but when we add acid with this, it becomes dark pink. And when we add base with this, it becomes green in color. Okay. One more indicator is there that is called phenol facility. These are very common indicators: litmus paper, turmeric, China rose, phenol facility. It is colorless in acidic medium and turned pink in basic medium. Originally, phenol facility is colorless. It reacts with acid, means in acid medium. It is only in its original form, that is in colorless form. But in basic medium, it turns pink. Okay. So to learn it properly, just you make one chart of these indicators, and then you write their behavior with acid and base in a tabular form. That will be very easy for you to learn them. Okay. These are the indicators which says about the acidic and basic medium. Now the next one is neutralization and formation of salts. Now we'll talk about the neutralization and formation of salt. See, acid and base react with each other, and the chemical reaction is called neutralization reaction. Okay? The reaction of acid and base is known as a neutralization reaction. Okay? Uh, in this reaction, salt and water are formed. Okay? The result of this chemical reaction is the formation of salt and water. Now, the question arises why it is called a neutralization reaction. Okay? Why it is called a neutralization reaction? Actually, when these two react, when these two react, they their behavior means their previous character is completely changed. Means now the acid is no longer acid, the base is no longer base. Means acid has neutralized the property of base and base has neutralized the property of acid. Both have neutralizes each other. So this reaction is called neutralization reaction. Now you see, let us perform an activity. Just understand this process. See, one activity is given here in the book. Take 10 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid in a conical flask and add 2 drops of litmus solution to it. We will take 10 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid in a conical flask and add 2 drops of blue litmus solution to it. It turns red. Now add a solution of sodium hydroxide drop by drop to the flask and keep on swirling solutions constantly while the addition is being done. At some point, addition of another drop of base to flask would change the color of solution from red to blue. This happens when all the acid in the flask has been neutralized by the base and addition of extra drop of base makes solution basic. Hence, the color of solution changes to blue. This activity shows that how the behavior of uh, substance changes. Okay, what is discussed here? At first we have taken 10 ml of HCl, dilute hydrochloric acid, in a conical flask, and added 2 drop of blue litmus solution. Okay, so that make it red. As we have discussed that when we add litmus in acid, it becomes red. This shows that this red color shows that the given substance is acidic in nature. Okay. Now we have started to add mm, sodium hydroxide, means it is a base we are knowing, and now we started to add sodium hydroxide drop by drop in the conical flask. Okay, and at the same time we keep on moving or keep on mixing the solution, okay, properly. So we'll see that after some time, after few drops, a time will come when the solution will start to convert into blue color. Means when we started adding sodium hydroxide, so some drops first make the acidic solution neutralize a neutral form, and add after that the next drop make it basic in medium, basic in nature, and that's why the color becomes blue. Okay, so this shows that the nature of substance changes from acidic to neutral and then to base. Okay, first it was acidic in nature, then it slowly neutralizes, and then it changes into basic medium. See, one information is given here. Hydrochloric acid present in a small quantity in our stomach help in digestion of food. However, when an excess of this acid gets secreted in the stomach, it causes uneasiness, nausea, and pain. To cure this problem, we have to take medicine called antacid. As I told you earlier, that our body contains acid, that is acetic acid in our stomach, and that help in digestion. That help in digestion. And if sometime when extra acid is produced in our body, that acid is causing uneasiness. So that time we'll have to take some medicine, and that medicine is available in the form of antacid in market. These antacid are means anti of acid, opposite of acid, and they are the mild bases which neutralizes the acid in our stomach, and we feel comfortable. Okay. Now you see the above activity we have discussed how it neutralizes. Now you see the chemical reaction. See, it is a sodium hydroxide. It is a base. It is a base. Okay, and this one is hydrochloric acid, and this is a chemical reaction of acid and base. Okay, so sodium hydroxide is a base, hydrochloric acid is an acid. When they react, they form sodium chloride as salt and water. Okay, and it is the other example you see potassium hydroxide plus sulfuric acid, they form potassium sulfate and water. Magnesium hydroxide plus nitric acid, they form magnesium nitrate and water. So these are sodium chloride, potassium sulfate, magnesium nitrate. These are the examples of salts. Okay, and see on a second product is water also. Means these salts are formed and water also formed at the same time. So this is neutralization reaction. Here, acid base react to form salt and water. Okay. The next class we'll talk about the naming of salt.